It's almost 2025, and I know for most of us, our goal this year is to do better in school. So in this video, I'm gonna help you out by giving you the 5 most important tips that I learned while getting hundreds in high school and maintaining a 3.93 GPA while studying engineering at university. The first tip is to don't overestimate how much you're capable of doing. Like at the beginning of every semester, we all think we're gonna work super hard, this is gonna be that semester, but that never ends up being the case. Like I've gotten 99s and 100s in many of my courses in high school, and I have a 3.93 GPA while studying engineering at university, and I only study 6 hours a day consistently. Consistency is key here. I know that I'm not capable of working more than 6 hours a day, so what I do instead is build a system that still allows me to succeed while only working 6 hours a day. So the only thing I have left to do is to make sure I stick to the system as consistently as possible. So what I want you to do is to first be honest with yourself and evaluate how many hours per day you're going to be studying consistently this semester. Because after you know what you're capable of, you can build a system catered to you and your needs, and that will allow you to succeed. Before I talk about the systems that I use, I would really appreciate it if you can like and subscribe. And in return, I promise you, I'll continue to create quality videos like this one. So back to what I was saying, the concept of knowing what you're capable of ties into my second tip, which is to ditch the calendar and use a weekly spreadsheet instead. I've already created a separate video about this, so I'm going to keep this section brief, and I'll just link to that video so you can check it out later if you're interested. But at the core of it, I hate calendars. I just feel like we spend so much time planning everything out, having everything time blocked perfectly, and then something pops up, something goes wrong in your day, the schedule messes up, and then all of a sudden, your day goes to waste. And so instead of spending time every single day creating calendars that we never stick to, what I like to do is create a weekly spreadsheet. Whether you're in middle school, high school, or university, or college, school happens in weekly cycles. Every week, we have the same classes, similar assignments, and similar tasks that we have to do, like reading the textbook or doing practice problems. So all you're gonna do is fill out this spreadsheet with all these tasks, and your goal every week is to get through these weekly tasks. The key thing is to remember how much you're capable of studying and only have that many hours of studying scheduled every week. I'm only able to study 30 hours a week, so I only have 30 hours worth of tasks on my weekly spreadsheet. I know it seems impossible to cut down your workload this much, but I promise you, most of the studying that we do is actually pretty useless and we can reduce our workload. I walk you through how you can do this in this video right here, so make sure to check it out. This system gives you so much flexibility because even if you get overwhelmed or like super exhausted one day and you don't do any work, that's completely fine. Because all you have to worry about is making sure you have all your tasks done by the end of the week. And on top of that, it gets rid of the need for you to plan out what you need to do every single day or every single week, because you already have this weekly spreadsheet set up with all your tasks that you have to do. All you have to do is just do the task. I know this was super high level and there's so many more details to it, and there's so many more reasons of why you should use a spreadsheet over a calendar. And I walk you through all that and give you a template that you can use to get started right now in this video right here, so make sure to check it out. Now, one thing is to have a system, have a plan to manage your time and study consistently, but actually implementing it is a whole different ballgame. Like me, I tend to overspend my time on things. Like for example, if I have a report due, I might spend like an extra 10 hours trying to make the report look perfect. Or if I like get stuck on a math problem, I might spend my whole evening just trying to solve that one. Essentially, I just get carried away and it ends up wasting a lot of my time. And I think many of us find ourselves in a similar situation. And the only way I was able to help overcome this is by implementing my third tip, which is to avoid perfection. From my experience, getting top marks in courses, whether that be high 90s in middle school or high school, or like the highest GPA band in university, is less about knowing the content 100% perfectly, but more about perfectly demonstrating the content that you do know. I know that was a bit confusing, so I'll use an exam as an example to explain what I mean. Say you spend 40 hours cramming for this exam in the past 2-3 days, and you understand, or you think you understand, 100% of the content. When you go to the exam, because you've overworked yourself and you're super tired from all the cramming, you're going to end up making a lot of careless mistakes, and you might not be able to think critically to solve challenging questions on the exam. But on the other hand, if you spend half of the time, 20 hours, learning 80% of the content really well and stop studying, even if you have gaps in the rest of the content, you might end up doing just the same or even better on your exam. This is because you'll be more energized, you'll make less careless mistakes, and you'll have the mental capacity to think critically and solve challenging questions during your exam. The point I'm trying to make is trying to do your utmost best in everything, to do everything as perfectly as possible, almost always ends up backfiring. Sometimes you have to be okay with not doing everything perfectly, especially if you're in a program with a super high workload. That way you can make sure you're caught up with all your courses, well rested, and able to learn more effectively. I know this all sounds foreign to most people, especially the concept of studying less for your exams to get more rest instead. But honestly, one of the biggest reasons why I'm able to get hundreds on midterms and exams while studying engineering at university is because I've mastered the art of writing exams. And yes, I do believe exam writing is an art, a skill that we have to develop and master. And just to make sure you understand exactly what I'm saying, this is totally unrelated to actually studying for exam. Like what I'm talking about is what you do on the day of the exam, what you do before the exam, during the exam, and after the exam to maximize your exam mark. I also have like a 7-step exam writing process that I've also created a video on, so make sure to check that out. One more tip I want to add is that for you to be good at school, you have to focus on other things as well, because it allows you to take a break and refresh your brain. I was like this in high school too, like I spent way too much time overstudying, but when I stopped doing that in university, I saw myself get higher and better marks. There's so many things in life outside of school, and you actually have to embrace them and enjoy them right now. Like there's no better time than now to chase your dreams. And I truly believe this. So if there's something that you really want to do in life, or you just want to spend time creating more memories and having more fun, go for it. There's no better time than now. These are 5 of the most important tips that I've learned and have helped me during high school and university. And I promise you, if you implement these tips, you'll see massive improvements in your academic performance. And this year will be your best school year. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you next time.